Well, hello there. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing just peachy keen. And if you're not doing peachy keen, I hope that soon your day will get infinitely better. I hope that it has like a lot of buttery sweetness to it. You know, like if you just have like toast, like yeah, toast is okay by itself, but you put a little bit of butter on there, it's even better. And then I hope you get the jam of love in there. So now you got buttered toast with jam on top. Oh boy, isn't that tasty? I hope it is for you, and I hope that if your day wasn't great, it's getting better. But hello, we're going to play a little bit of Video Horror Society today. I did a few warm-up rounds, and you know, I was thinking while I was looking at this beautiful werewolf face, isn't it just very pretty? I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I had a pair of like really nice star sunglasses on there? Maybe some Liberace shades? Ooh, maybe I could get some maybe I could bedazzle something and put it on me. I think I would look pretty with that. I've often thought about, wait, what if I bedazzled my beret? But then I think, oh, maybe it would look a little too shiny with too many rhinestones on it. You know what I mean? Jimmy Dean? I don't want to look too shiny. I mean, some shine is fine, but too much shine is not necessarily sublime, but it can be sublime. I want to go to the high school map. Actually, you know what? I think my last recording was on the high school map, so maybe we'll go. Actually, you know, I will just leave it up. I will leave it up to. Wait, what is this? Club VIP Fest. Oh, points to your score in all categories. Well, I would like it if it was. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. To all player scores in all categories. I didn't even see that I had that one. We're gonna equip it. That way, whoever we play with, even if they're not nice, they get extra points anyway. Because that's a great way to do it. Hello, I'm here to eat your toes and possibly other parts of you. I feel like I've already seen several of you tonight, but we'll see some more of each other. Oh boy, maybe they'll snipe me with a ray gun, or maybe they'll hit me with a big sword, and then I'll go whoa, and flop over. And you know, if you flop over, then it might be over, but it's not necessarily over if you're not Dover over. Are you copying that, Roger? Roger. What's your vector, Victor? Airplane's a fun movie. And you know, recently I was, I was playing a little bit earlier, and I had been kind of had an upset tummy earlier today, and I was like kind of getting a little frustrated because somebody kept hitting me with something. I was like, that doesn't look like it should be hitting me. But then you know what I remembered? I remembered that we're playing these games to have fun, and we should be trying to enjoy things. We shouldn't be getting upset. So then what I did instead is I said, okay, we're not going to get upset. And I mean, it was a very minor upsetness, but it was still there. I noticed it. So then I sat down and I was doing like, you know, a hum brahmasmi, you know, like a couple of those things. And then I made some prayers to Kali, and then I felt immediately way better. It was really nice. Thank you, Kali, for that. Ooh. And I still look very nice in my shorts. I really like these shorts, actually. Although I don't know if I could pull them off on my cat self. I think I would have to cut a hole. Ooh, I think I saw somebody back there, maybe? Or maybe not. I'm not 100. Oh, I totally did. Hello. Would you like to be my friend? You want to be friends? No? Okay. Well, there. I'll smack you so you can get it running out of here. Oop. I saw him go this way. Well, you know, I probably shouldn't hit him twice in a row. That doesn't seem like it would be very nice for them. And, you know, we just started. I don't know how long they've been waiting in a queue. So I'm just going to chase him for a second. Chasing. Very scary. Very scary. Very scary. Oh my god, I'm so scary. Rah! Very scary. I'm not hitting you. I'm not hitting you. Okay. But I think that this will also give them extra points. So since they've been hit first, I will make sure that they get some extra points. And isn't that nice of me? I think it's nice of me. Although, you know, because I can't communicate with people in game, it probably just looks like I'm just being mean. Or like, you know. It's perfectly fine though. Or maybe if they're smart, they'll lead me towards... Oh, see? Oop. I got stuck on the door. Very good. And they got some extra points. Great. That's a great start. That means that they're building quickly, and that maybe they'll even heal that girl, and then everybody can have a great time. You know, I was thinking, when I was traveling through space, flying all around, going blah, 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 as you do, it seemed like there weren't too many people out there that were too friendly. I mean, there were like a lot of like weird creatures that were running around going rah, 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 rah. And some of them were like all obsessed with survival. There were these ape guys, and they really liked to worship this weird god. I didn't quite understand it. It kind of looked like just like three rocks stacked on top of each other, but then they had like a kind of like an ape face. And it was like it was a well carved ape face. I mean, it looked like they must have spent a long time on it. So I'm glad they did that. You know. Oh boy, they healed her. That's great. So I'm glad they did that. You know. But yeah, I didn't really get it. So then I just kept flying around, right? And eventually I found these little lizard guys. And these little lizard guys, I think they were called like, it was something with a K. I'm trying to remember. They told me how to... Oh, hello, it's you again. But now you won't go down immediately. Not kobold. It was similar to kobolds. I mean, they kind of remind me of kobolds. I'm totally gonna remember it. Give me a sec. Crichton? Crichton, I think is what it might have been. Although, yeah, because I remember it being weird because when I got to Earth, I think there's the Criterion collection, and I was like, wait a minute, are aliens here? And then it turns out that they weren't aliens here. At least not that many. I mean, there were some, you know, but not like those guys. But yeah, they were really neat. And they really liked to collect honey. So I taught them like better ways to collect honey with tentacles. I taught them how to summon my tentacles so that they could use them to collect honey. I thought it was a fair trade because I got to hang out with some little lizard guys. And we hung out, and when they taught me how to play some of their games, they had this one game where like it was pretty neat. You if you've ever played hopscotch, it was like that, but there was like extra rules because because like sometimes some of them have like 4 legs. They had like these weird like centaur type bottom halves so that they could do like different stuff. So if they were playing, they got different stuff they had to do. But if oh, they set their friend on fire. I guess it's a good thing that doesn't actually damage them. Ooh, we're basically playing Ring Around the Rosie at this point. Wait, where did he? I wonder if they're gonna... I want to get this guy because he has a... But yeah, so there were like these slightly different rules, and I said, well, what if I could spawn an infinite number of tentacles? And they said, well, we would prefer it if you didn't do that because we don't think this is as much fun for the other people who want to play. And we were like, you know what? That's a good point. So then I didn't spawn a bunch of tentacles. I just kept on my bipedal self. Although at the time I took a form that looked very similar to their like regular little guys, and it was a lot of fun, really. I mean, like we played for a pretty long time. I mean, well, maybe not that long, actually. I'm trying to remember how long we played for. Well, you know, like, I think it was like 6 years. Yeah, we played that game for 6 years, and then I was like, maybe we should invent some new games. I was like, and they were like, okay. So then we played something that was like very similar to Tag, and that was a lot of fun too. But yeah, I spent a lot of time with those guys, the Crichtons, and they were really neat. They built a little monument to me, and I was like, well, you guys don't need to worship me because I'm your friend. I mean, we can be friends and you can worship me, and I'll take on various different images, and sometimes I will be like a cool god who like comes down and like helps you guys out with stuff, and then other times I'll take on a different form, you know? I mean, honestly, it was... But yeah, so spend a lot of time with those guys, and sometimes I still go pop back and visit them for a little bit. You know, like one of the things that we all like to do together is I wonder if this person is going to save anybody. Right here, I'm going to spin. Don't you run away from me, I'm spinning for you. I'm gonna let them probably pick up somebody because I think, like, at this point, I don't know what that other person is doing. Well, they're smart. They're probably building a weapon. Oh, nope, they got somebody. Cool. Very cool and good. I think that person went back immediately to... Yeah, doing that. You probably shouldn't go immediately back to building at the same station you were just at because, you know, once you get picked up, I know where you are. I'm gonna hit you once. Okay. Now I think we've reached an agreement. Well, I mean, now I reached a point where, like, I know I would beat them if I just kept playing. So I'm gonna just sit here, and I'm gonna let them revive some people. And I want to show them that I'm being a good sport, though. I mean, I guess, is that just, like, me trying to take credit because, like, I want them to see that I'm being nice? I guess that is kind of what it is. Oh, yeah, they ran this way. Okay, well, they got somebody. And then now they should be able to get another person? Oh, very good. They got everybody. See, that's very good. Yeah, I spent a lot of time with the Crichtons. They were pretty fun. Did you really do it again? Oh well. They can revive that person. They got magic. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I did teach the Crichtons some of the magic stuff I knew. That was a kind of bit of fun. Okay, actually no, it was really fun to teach them the magic. Here's the only problem. The only problem is that they really liked flying for some reason, specifically flying. So I would teach them to levitate. And then they always wanted to fly a little bit higher. And I was like, well, you guys gotta be careful because if you fly too high and then you fall, you can hurt yourself. So, and at first I was like, well, I don't know if I want to teach them all the magic at once because, you know, that can be like a lot of power. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Because, you know, that can be a lot of power. And then you got to be careful because if you're not careful, then you can get yourselves in trouble. Because another thing is if you teach them how to like use fireballs and stuff like that, like sometimes what they'll do is they'll create too many fireballs and they'll be like tossing them around, juggling them, that kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, a lot of it is like not a big deal once a species has ascended to a certain point. But when they're just starting out, you don't want to give them too much stuff because they have a tendency to go crazy with it. You know what I mean? Crazy. I mean, like, it's kind of like when you first discover fireworks, and fireworks are a lot of fun. I mean, I know that humans love fireworks, and I've been messing around on this planet for a while now, and I've learned like different ways that you can make fireworks and different chemicals that you can put in them and stuff like that, and then you can make them have different colors and all that fun stuff, right? But you see, the thing is, if you're not careful with them, they can also be really dangerous. And they can like cause explosions, and it's like, oh man, I'm gonna just hold onto the bottle rocket for a little bit, and also, you know, like, and you don't want to do that. Anyway, so I was teaching these guys some different stuff. But then I decided, hey, what if I taught you guys how to use healing magic instead? Oh, somebody disconnected. That's unfortunate. What if I taught you guys how to use healing magic instead? And they were like, okay, we can do that. So then I taught them how to heal people, and then eventually I taught them how to use their flight and how they could actually like fly through space, like on the ether, or well, what we call the ether. It's actually like, okay, I'm actually pretty sure humans can't see it, because they seem to have originally had this idea about ether, but I think that was when you guys were like maybe had a little bit more spiritual advancement in certain categories. Like some people I think can see it, but not everybody. Anyway, so I was flying around and I was showing them how they could fly to different planets. And then they started flying around and they were teaching people all kinds of different stuff. I personally thought it was a lot of fun. Oh, they're going downstairs into the basement. But I personally thought it was a lot of fun, right? So... oh boy. Okay, that person has a ray gun, so they should probably be able to blast me. Well, what if I gave him... Gotcha! That was a pretty good round. Kind of short. I think, honestly, they probably would have been fine if instead of immediately going to get the flamethrower, if they, like, healed that one guy, the Wicked Desire guy. I think they should have healed him instead. But yeah, so they started flying around, and the next thing I know, there's, like, a cat cult going around. And because I had already seen cats at this point, and I had already taken on various forms of cats, and as a result of these feline people I encountered, and I kind of took on something similar to them, but it wasn't quite like the form I have right now. Anyway, but a cat cult started, and the next thing I know, I'm getting worshipped all across the stars, and people are calling me to like do different stuff and like control weather and stuff, and I'm like, guys, you can't just call me for everything. So instead, what I ended up doing was I lifted up my hat at the time, which was not a beret. It was actually this kind of weird, like if you ever seen a papal tiara, it's very similar to that. But I lifted it up and I pulled out a couple of small cats. So now there's a couple of planets out there that have small cats on them, or smaller than me, ruling them as gods. And they're doing a lot of great stuff. Oh, well, hello there. I'm here to eat your toes, again. That's like 3 of the same people from last round. Ah? Ah, you say? Ah. 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 Oh, great. Now I'm making monkey noises. What have you done to me?
Sorry.
It's perfectly fine. I bet you guys are going to beat me this time. You're probably going to set me on fire, and then I'm going to roll around and go, oh no, this is fire. You got to be careful with fire. Fire hurts. You know what else? But yeah, so that was kind of fun. And then like, I mean, occasionally I go back there and visit, and it's like, oh my goodness, is this going to be the end times? Because I guess there's certain of the Crichtons that started thinking that every time I came back there was going to be an end times. But instead, what I do is I just sprout a tentacle and I give it to one of them, and they turn into these little weird lizard squid things. Oh my god, they're so fucking cute. I need to like, oh, I shouldn't have said fucking. That's a bad word. But they're so cute, and I should have like I should like, you know, maybe make a plushie of them, or maybe I'll make a drawing. I'm not the best artiste on the planet, but I could try drawing it, and then maybe you guys could see what it looks like, and then maybe you could look at them and go, oh wow, that's really cute. But yeah, man, sometimes I do miss space a little bit. So then sometimes I go out there, and then I teach everybody that they should worship Kali instead of me. So now there's a bunch of Kali cults out there, but. And you know, some of those guys, I think they understand what Kali is, but one of them made like a lizard Kali, and that was I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I personally like lizard Kali. But a lot of them, so you know what the neat thing about this though is that because of this stuff I've been doing with these guys, now they know what humans look like, right? And you're just like, wow, that's kind of weird. You wouldn't expect them to know what humans look like. But yeah, they totally know what humans look like because I showed them the statues of Kali I got. I showed them the little shrine I had, and I showed them pictures, and they were like, wow, that's really neat. So now they started constructing shrines very similar to that one, right? And, so yeah, if you go far enough out in space, you're going to find some Kali shrines. Isn't that cool? And then I taught them all about, like, you know, like Brahma and, like, you know, Vishnu. I've heard some people say Vishnu, but I'm pretty sure it's always Vishnu. But, you know, I like being silly. And then I showed them all about, like, human cats and stuff like that. And, you know, yeah. So eventually, we might get to a point where they fly down to this planet. It's very far away, though. But they might fly down to this planet, and then they might help you guys build some new stuff. And then I'm pretty sure anybody who worships Kali already is probably going to get special privileges. I've told them they shouldn't do the special privileges thing, and instead they should build, like, a socialist society. And they were like, yeah, we'll totally do that. I mean, they kind of have a social society there, where, like, there's, like, a lot of social safety nets, and they, like, try to take care of their people and all that stuff. But, you know, it's pretty neat. I think it'll be a fun time when they eventually get here. You guys will love the Crichtons. They're very small and cute, and you can pet them. Although, be careful, some of them are a little agitated, and sometimes they're like at your hands. Because some of them are very proud. They're like, oh, I'm a big, strong mage warrior. I don't need to be petted. Ooh, nice. I was thinking about howling, but I'm like, I think they're already at down enough advantage. I probably shouldn't just be charging everyone howling, you know. You knew I was coming back. That's fun. Oh boy. This is the little ones. Oh my god. I felt like we were playing whack-a-mole there for a second. No spinning? Okay. Okay, go to this person. Spin. No spinning. Rude. Spin. Oh, woo. Heal friend. Grab lady. Grab a lady. Why didn't you grab lady? Oh, you grabbed the other one? Man, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's one right here. Grab this one. You guys are rude. Yeah, grab her. She was right there. She was fine. You could have saved her, but you know, I'm running away. See, when you greet the Crichtons, you shouldn't run away like that. You should instead be nice to them and be like, hey, I want to be your friend. That's what you should do. You should say, hey, let's be friends. And then they'll probably be like, oh boy, friends. And then they might show you guys laser guns. See, because in a similar way to how I taught them magic, and then I eventually gave them more tentacles and stuff, and now they have a bunch of tentacle priests, they might teach you guys a bunch of stuff, and then you guys can have a bunch of tentacle priests, and you can also have some ray guns. They also tried to build flying saucers, because I flew back after I saw like my first 50s B movie, and I was like, look at this, it's like a plate, but it floats. And they were like, wow, that's pretty cool. Can we build one? I was like, yeah, you guys can totally try to build one. And then they tried to build one, but I think it kind of ended up looking more like do you know what I mean if I say it was like an upside down bowl? And like inside of it, I was like, I bet you could fit a lot of ramen in there if you flip that over. And then, yeah, they didn't fly very good, so they did end up just making them into these gigantic soup bowl things. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, honestly. I mean, like, you gotta be careful though, like, cause you guys are so lucky I'm nice to you. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cool at the time anyway. And you know, like after that, we started. But yeah, I don't know. I think like if we really tried, we can make a bunch of flying machines, and I think that would really help out a lot of you guys. I think you guys need more flying machines, honestly. Like you got helicopters, but helicopters seem to crash a lot. So what you need is something with like etheric engines that go but on magic. You know what I mean? Because if you had the magic, I think that would help you guys out a lot. Hi. I'm sorry, I was just messing. Yeah, there was also this one time that, like, you know, Earl, I mentioned Earl in a previous video. Me and Earl were kind of hanging out together, and it was pretty cool. We were having a lot of fun. You know? And, he was like, I don't know, what if we, you know, teach more of these guys about, like, space travel? And I was like, well, we could definitely teach more of them about space travel, and I think they'd probably enjoy learning about space travel. And then, you know, we were all both like, yeah, probably. And then so we considered it for a little bit. See, the only problem with teaching a bunch of people about space travel is what happens if they encounter a culture that has inferior technology to their own. We have to make these guys swear to uphold certain values and things like that. Otherwise, you know, they could very easily abuse it, and then next thing you know, they're just setting out and they're conquering everybody, and you know, that doesn't sound like it's going to be very fun for anybody else. And we all agreed on that. And by we all, I mean the two of us. And then we were like, okay, so what we'll do is we'll set these guys some like things, like, you know, like if they're already like setting up a bunch of like religions and stuff for us, why don't we set up our religions so they have to be nice to people? So then we started teaching them that they had to be nice to people, and it was a lot of fun. So then we started teaching them about ahimsa, and ahimsa, in case you do not know, is basically non-violence. So a bunch of them learned about non-violence. They were all honestly pretty receptive to the idea, it seems. I don't know, I haven't encountered too many species that were like, you know, like super warlike, really. I mean, I've encountered a couple that really did seem like they just like wanted to start a fight. I have no idea where that guy went. I am blind as a bat sometimes. Oh, he's like right around here. Oh. Nope, he got me. Let's see, I wonder where he's going. But yeah, no, like, so that was really cool. Honestly, we've only encountered this one species that was like really violent, but they were so violent that they didn't even have a name for themselves, right? Like, they were incredibly primitive. All they really ever seemed to want to do was engage in like violence, like fighting each other and like tribal conflict and stuff like that. And they just kept like blowing stuff up. And by blowing stuff up, I mean some of them had this weird like natural attachment to the etheric waves, and they used that to like throw like lightning bolts and explosives and stuff around. It was kind of bad, and we were like, okay, well maybe we should teach these guys about ahimsa. So we started to teach them, and we showed them that our tentacles were very cool and good, and that you could use our tentacles for good things. And some of them went on board, and then a lot of them didn't, and it was just kind of like, it was like a lot of work. And then some of them were just like not really receptive to the idea of, you know, like, let's be peaceful and stuff like that. They just really weren't receptive to the idea. Now, don't get me wrong, they weren't all not receptive, but there were only a few that really like seemed to like really grasp the idea that, oh, we don't need to hurt each other and stuff like that. And so that was kind of lame. But I mean, like, it wasn't lame in the sense that, like, hey, like, nobody got it. It was just lame. It was like, oh man, I wish there was less violence. But at the same time, you know, I know that Mahakali has various reasons for making people. That is like really cool spot. Where did I? Oh, he's doing it in here, I bet. No, not in here. Is that above me? No, she died down here. Hello? Anyone out there? Would anyone like a treat? Would anyone like a biscuit? I'll head over that way, but you know what? I bet you that she's hanging around down there somewhere. Oh, maybe not. But yeah, no, remember, non-violence is great. I say as I claw down a zombie, but it's okay because this is just in a video game. And we did have a debate about that at first. We're like, should we have them have violent media and entertainment? But then it seems like it's fine. Yeah, I mean, like, you guys don't see this and think, hey, I want to eat people, right? I hope. But anyway, yeah, so I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Remember, the Crichtons will be coming at some point, and I think you guys should welcome them with open arms. Excuse me, I burped a little. But yeah, I think you should welcome them with open arms, and you guys should remember that non-violence is a good thing. Okay, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed watching me hunt some people, and I was trying to be nice to them, and it worked, for the most part. Excellent. Bye-bye.